Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome back to another super original video here on the channel. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Vampire at Chessington World of Adventures, which is an aerodynamic suspended swinging coaster that originally opened in 1990. I've managed to get a total of 7 rides in on it, including once in the summer, 4 winter day rides and 2 insane night rides. This coaster is part of the Wild Woods section of the park, next to the Gruffalo, and flies straight through the woods, over pathways and through tunnels. This is very much a terrain coaster. It's also a very long ride, 2 lift hills, 2,200 feet of track, and a ride time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, well above average for a suspended coaster. That 2,200 feet of track may not sound like a whole lot, but don't forget that a large portion of the ride is spent either on a lift hill or meandering through slow turns. There are actually only a few moments on this ride where you really pick up some serious speed. Before getting into the layout, I do want to talk about the theming, which is some of the best in the UK. It doesn't have much of a storyline, with the general theme being that you're a vampire taking flight above the grounds of Chessington. Theming includes a red blood river flowing outside the ride entrance, a themed queue experience with an immersive soundtrack, and a large indoor station with an amazing animatronic organist lit up colourfully. Getting into the layout, once you're dispatched, you immediately climb up the first lift hill, and go into a shallow, twisting drop that throws you one way and then quickly slams you the other, as you dive over the queue line towards the ground. You then turn right while getting slammed to the opposite direction, and down into the low to the ground turn, where you pull some serious G-force, and get slammed to one side, then the other, then the first one again. The first half ends with a near straight section of track, before turning into the brakes. Now I have to say the first half is a little bit weaker than the second half, but it's still a good time. After the first half you head up the second and the tallest lift hill. You go down into a mini drop, before being thrown to one side where the track turns right, sending you flying over the walkways below, and through the Wildwood area, flying past buildings. This is not only a great moment on the ride, but also a great photo opportunity. I've gotten some really nice shots from here. You then go through a series of high off the ground meanders, right down towards the back section of the ride. And these don't really do anything, but they look great off-ride, with some mild swings but nothing amazing. However, what follows next is my personal favourite moment of the ride, that tunnel dive. And it's here when you reach your max speed of 45 miles an hour. You drop into the tunnel, pulling over 4 positive Gs, then swing slightly in the other direction, before swinging it way past 90 degrees in the first direction, which is an insane moment on the ride. After this amazing element, it finds its way back to the station, with a few more shallow dips and turns before hitting the final brakes. Now we've gone through the layout, but I want to talk about my personal experiences with this ride, because not all of them are good. In fact, when I first rode this coaster in the summer of 2020, I was quite underwhelmed. It was running quite slow, I didn't feel much force, and it felt like I was getting beaten up. I came off that ride because I did only have one early morning ride, with the opinion that Vampire was about on the same level as Rattlesnake, which is the park's wild mouse. However, I made it back to the park in December of 2020 for their Winter's Tale event, and being the only major coaster open, I managed to ride it 6 times. My opinions really changed after this day. It moved way up in my rankings, as I found it was running smoother and more intense, and then I rode it at night. The first half was your standard night ride experience, so good but not great. But that second half was one of the best night experiences I've ever had, and I can say with confidence that this is one of the greatest night rides in the UK. That tunnel dive is nothing short of legendary in the pitch black. You dive down, and there's no lights in there, so you can see literally nothing. Then the flash of the camera goes off and blinds you before you hit that insane bank turn and pull out of it. Overall, while Vampire is a family coaster, it's one of the best I've ridden, so that's why, for its final score, I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. This ride is a must-do if you're in the park. Just next time I'll try and catch it when the rest of the park's open too. And that's gonna have to be it for now. If you enjoyed, please give the video a like and let me know down below, as comments are what motivate me to make more videos that I spend hours on. With that being said, that's me, signing off.